Good morning. So, I am back in the Smokies, as you could tell by the title. If anybody ever wonders why I'm always in the Smokies, it's one, because I love it. And two, I have been working since I used to live here back in 2016. I used to try to hit all the trails on my map, and since I moved, it's been a lot more difficult, so I just try to make all my trips to the Smokies whenever I go backpacking and hit more trails so I can knock off every trail on the park map. Today I'm, right now I'm on Flat Creek Trail, and it is an out and back trail, or if you got two cars, a shuttle trail. Obviously it's just me, so it's out and back. So it's 5.2 miles round trip, and then I'll be heading over to another trail doing that as an out and back, and then heading over to another trail, and then I'm going to be camping tonight. So I'll let you guys know when I get over there, but it's supposed to rain some more today. It was raining my whole way here, well, most of my way here. Now it's just dropping from the trees. It stopped for a bit, but I ran into a park ranger, and he was telling me it should be picking back up around noon. So we'll see where I'm at then. Okay, so made it to the end of Flat Creek Trail, and boy, the end is a doozy to climb up. And I wish I would have brought my trekking poles, left them in my car, because for some reason I thought, oh, short trail, relatively flat, but not really. I'll be fine without poles. But I forgot about the creek crossings and how muddy it was going to be. Whoops. Now I gotta go back. Alright, so I finished Flat Creek Trail. Now I'm on Spruce Mountain Trail. It is 1.2 miles up and then 1.2 back down. This is going to be a good one, because I think it's uphill the entire 1.2 miles. And I did bring my trekking poles this time though. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I made it to the end of Spruce Mountain Trail. Camp is right down there. So it's 1 mile uphill and 0.2 down to get to that campsite. Sorry I didn't record anything coming up. That uphill was brutal, and I had to use my trekking poles, both of them, for the terrain, plus the spider webs. There were so many spider webs. So now I'm heading back down. I'll show you some of the trail on my way down. It'll be easier for me to film. And then I will be heading to the next trailhead. Alright, so now I am walking the road 0.6 miles back to a trailhead. I drove to Balsam Mountain Trailhead, and now I'm hiking back to Palmer Creek Trailhead. The reason for that is because I'm going to be coming out the end by Balsam Mountain Trail, and I'd rather do the road walk right now rather than do it when I come back. Alright, so made it on the Palmer Creek Trail. I'm assuming this is not a very used trail. Sorry for the trekking poles in the view, just doing this to get spider webs. Yeah, so I got, ooh, thorny, prickly plant. I gotta climb over this. Oh, there we go, it broke. Anyway, 3.3 miles till I get to Pretty Hollow Gap Trail. So, I'll get back to you guys. The trail goes across there. Alright, so the trail goes across this tree. I have no idea because it goes down and it goes straight up into these bushes. I have no idea how I'm getting around this. Okay, so I got around the tree. It's a little dangerous. The ground is so wet, but I went up and around that trunk. But the ground kept giving away every time I stepped on it. Luckily there was a fallen branch or part of the tree, I don't know, but it was really stuck. And I was able to hoist myself up with my weight and then climb around the trunk of the tree and then kind of smush myself between the branches and slide on down. Not my favorite moment of this trip for sure, but hopefully there won't be any more big obstacles like that, because I don't, like I said earlier, I don't know how well traveled this trail is, so they might not get to maintaining this trail very often. Across the creek again, but thankfully this one has a bridge. Have I ever mentioned how much I love bridge crossings or foot logs? So much better than going in that deep water. Alright, so I made it onto Pretty Hollow Gap Trail. This one is a 4-mile trail, and coming from Palmer Creek or Cataloosa Divide Road or Cataloosa Road, wherever you're coming from, it is all uphill. It's very, very, very long uphill. Alright. Okay, so I made it to the top of Pretty Hollow Gap Trail. Now I'm on Mount Sterling Ridge Trail, and for the first mile this trail climbs as well from that junction. So you can tell I'm breathing so hard, I'm so tired. I'm doing more miles today than I initially had planned. So that was stupid on my part, but I didn't want to get done at like noon. It's so early. But if I had, I would have avoided the rain in my tent and not been so exhausted. But this trail right now is flat, but oops, according to my profile, this first mile I should be climbing like, I don't know, 600 feet or something. Oh my god, that I just stepped in mud. It's ankle deep. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh geez, it's ankle deep over here. Okay, I gotta turn this off. Okay guys, just saw a major hog run across the trail. I don't know if there's any more, but that was a big boy. I thought it was a bear. That's how big he was. I don't see him anymore, and I don't see any others. Sorry, I'm breathing so hard. Still going uphill. Hey! Go! Go! Shoot, I don't know if I caught that on camera. There's a whole group of them. They are big. Okay, so I just got to the junction. of Mount Sterling and Balsam Mountain Trail. The shelter is 0.3 the other direction, but I have to get this little piece of Balsam Mountain Trail. It's 0.8, but that sign said 0.9, so I don't know what it really is. I have to get this little piece that connects to Gunter Fork, because I've done all the rest of Balsam Mountain that direction. So while I'm out here, even though I'm exhausted, I'm gonna get it done, because it's kind of one of those trails that's in the middle of nowhere, and no matter which route you go, it's a really long hike to get to it. And for what, 1.8 miles round trip, it's worth getting it while I'm out here. Okay, whew, that last climb was a doozy. Made it to the junction. Now I'm going back down. I'm ready to be at camp. I'm exhausted. I'll let you know how many miles I did today when I get situated at camp. So I made it to the shelter. This is Laurel Gap Shelter. Got a fire pit. Bear cables are over there. And it looks like this is also horse trail, because there's, what do you call those things where you can tie your horses to? Horse tile, whatever they are. This is what the shelter looks like. Alright, I'm going to get water and cook dinner. I got here at 4:50, so it's not too bad for as many miles as I did in the driving, but I'm pooped. Talk to you soon. Alright, so I am done with all my chores for the night. Sorry, I just saw something run over there. I don't know what it was. Anyway, so today I did a total of 20.9 miles. That's not including my road walk of 0.6. So I really did 21.5 miles today, and I am so tired. That was not my intentions. Like I said, I got to the first camp I was supposed to be at way too early, and I knew that the shelter had nobody booked for the night, so I was like, I know I was reserved somewhere else, but I was going to stop here anyway. But now I'm kind of like really tired. But I've been getting a couple text messages from people talking about major flooding and trails washed out and people are dead and all that in western North Carolina. And I start panicking because I'm like, where at? Come to find out it's mostly more Pisgah area. But it got me a little nervous thinking about tomorrow. My car's parked on this little gravel mountain road, and I don't know how the trails are going to be heading down, because the trails were really muddy and wet today. Most of my trails, once it started raining, I was going through ankle deep mud through, I'd say, a good 50% of the time, and then they were just wet. So yeah, Mount Sterling Ridge Trail is a very, very, very wet trail. I think it'd probably be a wet trail even if it hadn't been raining. Sorry. But because it had been raining, it was even worse. But that trail also, you guys saw the hogs. It's destroyed. The hogs have torn that trail to pieces, which probably is why it's even worse. But yeah, I don't know why my voice is starting to sound like a frog. But anyway, that's all I gotta say for tonight. So I'm going to go lay down in my tent and edit some of this video and go to bed. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what my plans are, being with, it's supposed to rain again, and with the trails getting as washed out as they are, I'm not sure if it's a good idea for me to continue my hike. It's just, especially with what happened out in Pisgah National Forest area, it's gotten me extremely nervous. Like, my anxiety is through the roof. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Good night. Okay guys, I apologize sincerely for not recording any more of the trails I was on. I finished hiking down Balsam Mountain Trail and got to my car. I stopped recording because I was actually charged at by a hog. Scared me so bad my heart was in my throat. Basically I heard this rustling around and I turned to look and there was a hog coming at me. He only made a few feet before I yelled, "Hey!" really loud and deep, and he stopped and I started banging my trekking poles and I was like, "Get out of here!" And it took off running, and then there was another one that took off running. So it took me a while to calm down, but I did not want to take my phone out and record anything because I wanted to have both my trekking poles in my hands. And then about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes later, all of a sudden two run across the trail in front of me, and I am more than positive it's the same exact ones because they came from the same side, as well as one of them had distinguishing marks on it. It looked like it was like a very light color with dark brown, what looked like cow spots. You know how cows have the big, whatever, you know what I mean. And then the other one was smaller and dark brown, and so I think they were following me, which then made me even more paranoid. So I didn't take out my phone at all, and I just kept making these like barking noises the whole rest of the way, and then it started to rain again. So I was not bringing out my phone. I did come out of the park. I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to be out there for a couple more nights, but with everything that happened in Pisgah, if you're unaware, Hurricane Fred came through and flooded Haywood County. They closed a lot of trails in Pisgah. I guess trails were washed away, roads washed away. I-40 had a landslide. It just scared me a little bit too much being on the North Carolina side. And not just that, but I was in a very remote area of the park. My car was parked on a one-lane gravel road, and I was worried about trees falling and blocking me in. My anxiety got the best of me on this one, unfortunately. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. And because I was going to be still by myself over in that area, the hogs, there's so many hogs over there. You guys already saw some on the video that I caught. So I'd rather just be safe than sorry. But I am going to go out and day hike tomorrow, so I will record that wherever I decide to go. So I'll probably put that in the end of this video. Alright, talk to you later.